Welcome back, guys, to Horizon Forbidden West, where last episode we began our assault on Far Zenith's island. With Tilda having secured an old underground tunnel for us to gain access, we split into multiple teams to advance, as Aloy and Eren did their best to sneak their way past patrolling Spectres. With Alva and Kotalo managing to blow up a regulator, Beta did her part and injected Hephaestus into the base's printer matrix, creating an army of robots hostile to the army of Spectres to even the odds. Continuing on further through the chaos and losing Guerilla along the way, we finally confronted the Zeniths themselves, with Silence deploying his shield-stripping weapon to make them vulnerable, as the machine army started to decimate their ranks. However, the trained fighter Eric managed to survive the carnage and targeted Aloy, forcing a battle of revenge as Zoe arrived to deliver the final blow. Having removed all obstacles from our path, we now look to rescue Beta and GAIA.
This is it. End of the line.
Oh, they built a nice new staircase. That's an ostentatious door, flippin' hell.
Are you okay? Look, I know you've been through a lot, but you have to help me access the Zenith network. I need to see their files, anything referring to the word Nemesis. Okay. Over there. The systems are down all over the base. I should be able to take advantage of... Yes, Nemesis. Here. There's something in deep space. It's following the Zeniths to Earth. Look. Escape vectors. Alva tried to warn me about this. The Zeniths aren't planning to stay here. It's a machine of some kind. Or a swarm of them. The energy readings are astronomical. Aloy, I don't think a natural disaster destroyed the Zenith colony on Sirius. This thing did. Earth isn't a new home for them. It's a way station. They're on the run.
I see you've been busy.
And you've been lying. Nemesis, what is it?
It is us. The minds of Far Zenith. Or failed copies of them, anyway. Back on Sirius, some of my peers weren't satisfied with physical immortality. They wanted digital transcendence. A way to upload their minds into any form, organic or mechanical. Nemesis was a failed experiment to that effect. Abandoned, but never erased. An immense database of our memories, emotions, and prejudices left to fester.
And it destroyed your colony?
We didn't realize it had gained sentience until it broke containment. It had everything it needed from our memories. Security protocols, system specs, override codes. It hacked everything before we knew what hit us. Then it took over our printing facilities, allowing it to gain any machine form it needed to wipe us out.
But why?
Imagine being trapped alone for decades with only the twisted echoes of megalomaniacs for company. It hates us for abandoning it to that prison. And now that it's free, it will do anything to destroy us, including denying us a safe harbor on Earth.
The extinction signal that woke Hades. You didn't send it. Nemesis did.
Finally, you understand. And when that failed, it launched from Sirius to finish the job itself. Which is why we must flee to a random planet circling a random star, somewhere it can never find us.
With Gaia. So you can build yourself a new world.
That's the plan. Even now. Earth is finished, Aloy. Nemesis will scour it of life to deny its creators a viable home. But Elizabeth's dream won't die. You'll come with me to the stars. And with Gaia, we'll create a new world. Together. Where that monstrosity could never find us.
What? No.
I loved Elizabeth. More than you could ever know. And I let her stay behind to die with the rest of humanity. A mistake I have regretted for 1,000 years. Now she stands before me again. Not some inferior copy, but her best possible self. So I'm not asking. You're coming with me. It may seem harsh now, but you'll forgive me in a few centuries.
You can't force me, Tilda. Your shield is gone.
I have something better. Specter Prime, to me.
Take cover! Get to the door!
Submit, Aloy. You can't win.
No! I've heard that before.
No.
I knew you didn't truly want to hurt me.
Oh no, I really do.
I better scan that thing first. I gotta get through all that armor before I can do some damage.
Oh. What the hell did you do to me? What debuff is that?
Sticks and stones
All of them?
against the lightning.
I can't see your weaknesses and strengths. Ah! They don't take me at range when I'm... Okay, that cocky,
Elemental ammo is making a dent in those gold plates.
hand thing is pretty cool.
This Spectre was designed to survive against more than that.
I don't know, spikes with explosives on them are pretty cool.
Armor's up! Oh, I can keep going.
Ask yourself why you're holding back.
I don't know what the weakness is exactly. Do I pop them? Do I hit them with the canister? Usually it'd be canister hits, right? Oh, I don't like shrapnels. Well, I can try it out. It looks icy. Looks like ice and plasma.
I can endure. You cannot.
Ah! Stop getting ahead of me with that. I want to fire, but my arrow's not firing. You know what? No, I'm not doing it this way anymore. I do it my way.
I'll shut you down. Oh, that thing's fast.
Sticks and stones against the lightning.
Well, that looked like a weak point.
The gold plates are vulnerable to elemental ammo.
I'm sure they are vulnerable to elemental ammo. They're just not giving me a great time to...
I knew you didn't truly want to hurt me.
Well, I'm covering you in acid. and throwing exploding spikes into your chest. How can you not think I don't want to kill you at this point?
Ask yourself why you're holding back.
Oh, this won't work, Tilda! Oh, it's quick! It's reforming.
This Spectre was designed to survive against more than that.
Yeah, well, I see your health withering, and even if I'm not doing it correctly, I see your health bar going down.
I can endure.
I definitely hit a weak point then.
Cannot.
Last one.
If in doubt, spikes. Am I right?
It's over. Why couldn't you just let me choose?
Indeed. So what was that popped out? Because she didn't. Where did whatever that was go? Ah, there. I love you, Spikes. Spear with an explosion. Simple tech. Great results. Oh, that is her.
She tried to take you. And she told you about Nemesis.
So you've known all along.
From Hades, yes. Along with data on how to circumvent the Zenith shields. Everything I did to create the rebel army was based on that knowledge. To reach this place, this moment.
And you couldn't just tell me?
Come now, Aloy. You're the last person to act sensibly in the face of impossible odds. When I learned of Nemesis from Hades, I saw the pieces on the board and how to play them. And in that same moment, I knew it was a game you would never play. That you would interfere and attempt to save the Tenakth. I was correct, to a point. You ruined my plans, but brought your own to fruition. The end result is the same. We're here. And now it's time for me to leave this doomed planet behind. To seize the Odyssey and the Apollo database, and begin a new chapter in my pursuit of knowledge, one with infinite possibilities. You can join me if you so desire. You've more than earned your place. Unlike Tilda, I'm extending a polite invitation.
You're going to just take off? And abandon everything? Stay. Help me fight that thing.
Perhaps Tilda didn't adequately define the threat. Nemesis can't be stopped. It destroyed a highly advanced Zenith colony in a matter of hours. What hope does this primitive tribal Earth have? If you brought Gaia, you wouldn't be abandoning life, you'd be saving a seed for a new world. Just as Elizabeth did. It's the choice she made. The sacrifice of all that is for the hope of what might be. If she were here in your place, she would board that shuttle, Aloy.
Found her.
Is she hurt?
Still on her feet. Thank the 10.
Goodbye, Silence.
She looks okay.
She looks victorious.
As always.
Aloy. You did it.
Hey, where's he going?
As far away as anyone can go.
Oh. Are you sure?
You're staying.
For a time. You people are going to need all of the help you can get.
Does anyone else need a drink?
Not if it's that ale of yours.
I'd be fine with a nap.
Excellent idea.
I hope it's really over this time.
There's another battle ahead, Elizabeth. Very different than the one you fought. It's not about the distant hope of creating a new world. It's about preserving the one we have. My friends have a new mission. To spread the word and ask for help. They've taken it in stride. I think it's because they've always known what I've only just started to understand. That the people of this world have the strength to fight any battle. The ingenuity to solve any problem. The courage to overcome any obstacle. And the resilience to rise after any setback. As for me, I can't say I'm not afraid. What lies ahead will be harder than anything we've faced before. But I know I can put the fear aside. Because for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm not alone.
Well, there we go. That was Horizon Forbidden West. And of course, being the middle part of a trilogy, we always knew it had to lead in to what is a true big bad kind of thing. The floaty humans were weird to see, I've got to admit. In a game that started, weirdly, I think, personally, kind of grounded, despite the fact there were robot machines going around killing people, gigantic T-Rexes, yeah, you know, that kind of stuff going on. Sure, but things took a bit more of a, even more of a fantastical turn. And now we see a true problem approaching, another extinction event again. 2 subordinate functions missing on Gaia too. Nearly complete. And Aloy now realizing through this journey that she needs people. So we knew how to lead on to something, but it didn't really feel like a not standalone game. It didn't feel like it was just going to leave you, Hence why it did the reveal at the end and not like try to allude to it too much earlier. But come on, let's face it. Who honestly believed that their planet, their colony got blown up in the way it did when it was first said by Tilda? Who honestly believed that? I mean, with the other things informing you during that scene, like the very discordant music and the evil tones going on in that tea with Tilda. That said, for a leap from PS4 to PS5, what a beautiful game. It expanded on so many things. After all, we now fly. We now have various movement options. More weapon customizability than before. This and that. New mini games that were way more involved. It makes you understand how they are going to top it with a third entry. Because of course games always try to iterate upwards. They never just exactly stay the same, even if that's all they really have to do. That would be the perfect way to continue onwards. The first game, yes, was beautiful as well. But some of the sceneries we get in this game, especially once we get control of the Sunwing, the outskirts of those coasts that you could say there were some in Dawn, but they were very inland. The scope is bigger, even on performance mode. I'm not even doing it on the highest graphics settings after all. We're going for FPS, not graphical fidelity. I don't necessarily need that 4K vision, thank you very much. So we were running, etc., and we started it just as that patch dropped, so that was pretty lucky. But that leaves us obviously a big gap until the next game. It was 4 or 5 years, wasn't it, between the first and second game. There will be a DLC, most obviously, between now and then. So we will be back for a little bit more of the journey. That's for sure. It's interesting to see lots of the storytelling things, how Beta is a storytelling construct of herself to help Aloy grow, but as a character now, when you do that, you've got to allow that device to then grow. So I'm quite interested to see what becomes of Beta from here on out. My wife always hopes she just decides to change her name, considering Beta should know what Beta really means in various ways. But I'm glad that Aloy has extended not just the direct family that Beta provides, the extended family of her now accepting her allies. We got our new best boy, Katalo, too. It's like in the first game, you're like, Aaron's pretty cool. Aaron's a quite pally chap. I could be a friend with Aaron. Even if he's like, all like, you know, abrasive at times, you know he's well-meaning and you know he'll come across stuff. And then they introduce Katalo. And you're like, yeah, okay, Katalo. Yes, essentially, from now on, our objective needs to be to recapture Hephaestus. It seems like what would be an early plot point for the third game, but equally they could do that as the DLC, because you need to probably start at a point. So it wouldn't surprise me if the DLC involved Hephaestus again. After all, the first one did. The first one was a Hephaestus story, really. Essentially, they need to weaponize the planet in some way, shape, or form, because you don't exactly know how this Nemesis will attack? It's an entity that's traveling. Does it come in like with a fleet? Did it build stuff to come here and destroy the Zeniths that are already destroyed now? Can we send a diplomacy thing up going, oh, by the way, they're dead. We did it for you. Can we be buds? I doubt that'll happen. Tortured minds all jammed together. Doesn't sound like a recipe for good. Does it? And how would you weaponize it? I mean, one of the things, do you weaponize it? Do you make it protective? Is Tilda dead? I'd assume so. We just saw an arm, yeah. Do you weaponize it, or do you try to hunker down? Can we build jet engines on this planet and move it? I don't think jet engines will do, but you know what I mean. Rocket boosters. Because equally, if we build new weapons, or if we try to prepare to defend in that way, if it's a thing that could instantly hack everything because they had all codes, etc. Of course, they don't have the minds of everyone here, but they have obviously a lot of information about the planet. There might be things on here that we don't know about that this thing can utilize. I mean, let's face it, there's definitely things on this planet that they can utilize that we don't know about, and they do. How do we refer to it as a collective gathering of minds? They seems fine. But yeah, do you try to make it so you're unhackable? Is that a possibility? Hopefully, the Far Zenith aboard their ship and in that facility left enough information that countermeasures can start to be remotely produced. Though that said, it's not like they were trying to themselves and they would have been in the best position to do it. Or were they? Hence why Silence had to stay. Because if he left, probably the best mind for the job would have been gone. And yes, better than Aloy and Beta for this cause, I think personally. Silence is most likely the key. Because he comes at it from another angle. You have to have someone that can fight things at it, like, head on and hope. But you also kind of have to have someone working the opposites, the alternate paths. Hades was created to make sure Gaia didn't just make a rogue growth planet that just couldn't support itself, right? There was an opposite, a countermeasure. Like, the purpose of Hades was this. Silence is kind of the Hades. It'll be interesting to see what part he plays. Hopefully it's a bigger part. Now here's the really threatening part. If this is a entity that was supposed to be created so that the consciousness could be downloaded into machines and organic and everything alike, it could not be the last we see of things like Eric Vitter, etc. If it's managed to sort itself out in human or mechanical shape, you don't know what kind of attack path Nemesis would take at all, do you? The downloading of something into one of our friends? One of our enemies, so they're not exactly long-lived. And I'm assuming the game might stay kind of locked to America? Especially the West now is kind of an important part with not only the base, but the Zenith facility too. But will the series set it further afield, take it to different paths, places across the world? Would it need to? Probably doesn't. Probably doesn't need to expand to that kind of scope. You just don't know. It's not just the vectors that come from other things. From Nemesis from everything going on here, maybe there's something out there on this world that could help. Also means you could end up with cheese like Gaia being put in a human. Yes, but I mean, that technology might be coming here and someone could maybe sort it out. You just don't know. Very doubtful, because you'd imagine that Gaia's needed to do the job that Gaia's needed to do, but equally you could put the personality of the human and keep the AI Gaia going as well. Who says there needs to be one? There is too many possibilities of where this goes from here. Especially and as soon as we started looking outside the planet. So yeah. What's more is there to say? Great game. Ran very well. Played very well. I'd say there are certain aspects of it that I didn't get on with as well, if I am allowed to do criticism too. Not personally all that fond of the gating of doing things such as the flowers and the walls, and you know, the underwater stuff necessarily, by story point, on the basis of them trying to always, like, I think like a lot of open world games try to define open world. Of course, there's always the talk that Breath of the Wild kind of very derailed Horizon Zero Dawn in the whole defining open world at that point stake. And then there's Elden Ring that came out just before this game came out, which I haven't played, so I don't really know. I've not really played a Souls-like game. I've never really played some tough games, but not Souls-like. But if, say, for example, Breath of the Wild defined, you know, open world at that point in time, and that Forbidden, you know, in developing Forbidden West, they wanted to, you know, iterate again and like try to be the best. If that's what they were even remotely trying to do. Breath of the Wild showed you that you can give all the tools at the start and let someone explore and do things in a different way. Being restricted in that fashion, even though nothing super important was hidden behind those things, kind of wasn't my jam. I like to be able to explore complete and maybe do an area, more so than having to like come back way later and maybe spend my time in areas inefficiently because I'm not railroading the story and I'm not progressing the story. If you've got an open world, let me explore it at my pace. Don't gate everything off. Is how I look at that. Personally, I actually liked the way like the grapple worked and the swimming was cool. Like some of the water environment was beautiful. Let's put it that way. Like every time we were sent down in the deep dive, they made it pop and they made it look gorgeous. I can understand the water being gated. It's the flowers and the I forgot what it's called now. The red stuff that I was kind of irked by. Especially when it was basically a door to a story point. They could have done it a different way. Firegleam, thank you. They could have easily done it just a different way by literally just not opening the door. If you're not allowed in there, don't allow me in there through not arbitrary reasons. I don't know. Thank you for playing. Thank you for making the game. That would be my thing about it. Everything else, meanwhile, beautiful, enjoyable, so much fun was had. And so much more than Zero Dawn 2. So with the credits lasting 20 minutes at this point and having no post-credits scene, we skip forward. Where's my post-credits scene? What? Congratulations on defeating the Far Zenith threat. You are now free to continue exploring and complete any unfinished quests and activities. You can also start New Game Plus from the New Game Plus start point in the base. Thank you for playing the Horizon team. What? It's just Beta here now. This is the new game plus point.
What are you up to? I'm getting a head start on looking for ways to temporarily stabilize the biosphere. We may not have Hephaestus, but I'm sure we can come up with something.
Beta's getting to work. Well, this is a thing. No post-credit scene or anything. GAIA? Give me some dialogue.
Everything okay, GAIA?
Yes, it is good to be home. Although my heuristic matrix will take some time to reinitialize. I must ensure that all Zenith code has been purged from my systems.
Good idea. Take as long as you need.
Well, there we are. Throws you into the game to explore the world and finish off the rest of the stuff. That is what lies at the end of those long, long credits. So at a completion percentage of 96.12%, 2 totems await us to get. I don't know what else we've missed here, there, and everywhere. Most of it's probably scans. I will sort them out a little bit extra. And so it comes time to actually max out that 100%. Having played, of course, after our completion, I have raised my completion percent at this point in time to 98.45%. What was missing at this point in time was the war totems, the 2 on the board, and machine scans, along with a couple of legendary outfits. So, of course, I've referred to a guide to find the war totems, because it seems that they are just randomly out in the world, and there's not really a way to track them down, except for going all the way across the world. Machine scans just basically required me to go ping-pong between many machine sites. The burrowers were the annoying ones, with burrowers all over the place, to try and be able to find the goodies, get the things. And apexes, certain apexes to spawn. But I have managed to do that fully and completely. There were just so many burrows on the list, it was unreal. So many. Had to revisit, reload, refast travel multiple times just to get them all and scan them all. So now we're here to get the last couple of things. So with 2% already on the board, the outfitter at Thornmarsh has our 2 remaining legendary armors available. An Apex Slivfang Heart and an Apex Dreadwing Heart are required to get them. Tanak Tactician. I will take that indeed. And the Utaru Winter Weave, the Infiltrator set here. That'll be both of those, no problem.
Perfect fit. May you find victory in that armor.
I think I remember noticing these and then completely forgot about them by the end of the thing, but that's nearly a whole percentage of its own at 99.22%.
Or at least save yourself from a wound or 2.
It's time for us to get those war totems, so let's get on our way. And I think this is one of our 2 locations here, as some sunwings come to bother me. See if I can dodge and get in here quite nicely. A weird little ground in and of itself. Let's have a look-see. There's nothing seemingly to examine. The place has seen better days. But that's the Totem of War. A powerful war god is resembling. Well, while I'm in the middle of all of this craziness. I'll pick that up as soon as I can.
Carved figure. Looks like some kind of war god.
I find out that it was way out the way. Up over here, near the Shearside Mountains, the Sunken Cavern, the Sunwing side over here, and you can kind of see it on the map. There, a structure. So I do wonder if the other one is that noticeable, but equally when you're zoomed out to see a normal map, unless you're really scanning, you're not likely to see it. So there's one more to get. Let's get on my way. And so our last totem is found being seemingly circled by a big old stormbird. And so we try to dip in, not knowing necessarily the significance of the location, apart from that's the Golden Gate Bridge, right? Supposedly in and around here. Let's jump off and hope for the best. We find the totem of youth hanging around. Though I'm not sure how easy it's going to get to at this point because it's in the middle of everything. Looks like a boy indeed, or the boy. Face paint unlocked, mark of war. Oh my goodness. And the hell's all around us now. Well, with that collected, that should bring us to the full 100%. Only a couple of things to get, but the main issue was actually scanning all the creatures. I can only wonder why they added that to the completion percentage things, but equally it was actually full on a task to get it done. There we go. Our secret hidden war totem's got. Our game completion 100%. In fact, one more thing that we could do to really totally 100% this game. So let's head over to Scalding Spear over here. Because there's one achievement that I have not got for the full platinum of the game during the playthrough. There were two that were last, one of which was to quickly upgrade 3 outfits, which was very easy considering green outfits, to maximum level. But the one achievement that I do not have to stop me getting the platinum at this point in time is to make a dye with flowers. So, I'm not even sure exactly how to do that. I'm assuming that it all just kind of works that way. Aha! It's with the outfit dyer I need to do the thing.
The craft of the Tanakh awaits you here.
So I've never really dyed an outfit throughout my entire playthrough. Of course, there's available dyes of different types. But I need to make one not involving shards, but involving flowers. And that will get me exactly what I need for my final trophy in the game. Pale Fen's dye is unlocked. And most importantly, I guess you could say, is all trophies obtained the platinum. He says 95%, but it's actually 100. For Horizon Forbidden West. So there we go. That is job done. Mission complete. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me go out to the final words of the live outro. As we've done it yet again. 100%. That was Horizon Forbidden West. Enjoyable. It was. We will be back for the DLC, whatever it's called. And hopefully for our third installment too. On release this time, eh? Thank you guys for watching this Let's Play. There will be more to come. And I will see you guys around. We'll be well in the going with like Live Alive and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 after all. So hopefully you enjoy those too. I'll see you guys around. But more in the future. Back with the DLC. Bye-bye.